One of the highlights of the Samsung Galaxy S24 series, in particularly the S24 Ultra, which we'll be talking about in this video, is that it's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy. And with this brings an array of so many AI features that you can actually use and see on a day-to-day basis. And in this video, we're going to go through some of those features that you're going to find useful with your new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Let's get into it. So one of the beauty of having the S24 Ultra is the S Pen. And with this, it just makes navigation easier, writing notes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to just get this out ready to go and start using this because some of the features on there it's just easier to use the S Pen. So first thing first, what you have to do is go into settings and actually switch on all these advanced AI features because they're not on by default. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. So what you have to do is if we go into settings and then we go all the way down, we scroll down to advanced features. So in here, we'll see one extra menu that's now available, which is the advanced intelligence option. So if we tap that, this will then open us up to all the options available in terms of Galaxy AI. So first thing first, phone calls. So what we have now is real-time translation. So with this, you'll be able to translate different languages whilst you're on the phone call. In fact, I'm going to slot in a demo that I did whilst I was doing my hands-on stuff, which you guys should absolutely check out, by the way. But on this one, you can see how the translation works. Another cool AI feature on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 series is the ability to be able to translate live phone calls in different languages. So let's show you a demo. So we're going to phone a restaurant now to try and make a reservation for maybe a couple of people and see how that goes. You start to ring the restaurant, let's put on loudspeaker. You then have call assist, which you can tap. It would do live translate, ready for this phone call to go ahead.
Hola.
Hi.
How can I help you?
Hi, can I make a reservation for dinner?
Yeah, would you say how many people?
Yes, can I have it for 4 people? Just gonna end that. So basically that's how it works. You just make the phone call. It takes a bit of time between the transaction between mine and the other person speaking, but it's still very much helpful. And this is just the beginning. So just imagine when this becomes even more faster, more responsive, and being able to speak different languages wherever you are in the world. So there you have it. What do you think of the translation? It's got a bit of a lag to it in some places, which is fine. That's probably something to do with data connectivity and the speed and stuff like that. But where there's good internet connection, you'll be able to use this comfortably well, or sorry, data or signal. You'll be able to use this comfortably well with no issues at all, which is really good. There's going to be some languages available for now. There'll be more languages available in the future. But for now, we'll be able to translate things like Spanish, Chinese, etc. You'd have to download some language pack to actually get it working. So in this live translate section, we tap that on, so it says China for now or Chinese. So you can actually see some of these languages available like English United Kingdom, English US, France, Germany, Hindi. For India, you got Italian, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Portuguese, Spanish. You got Spanish Mexico, Spanish Spain, and Spanish United States. And then you got Thai as well and Vietnamese. So for example, we just do Spanish for Spain because I'm most likely going to go there for MWC this year. So we download the pack. So this is really good as well in terms of your storage on the device. You don't need to download all the pack, language pack if you don't need it. So if you're somebody who frequents maybe Spain or Italy, just download the packs that you need and just leave the rest out of it so you save storage on your device. So just wait for that to really quickly download depending on your internet speed. I've got decent internet speed here. So that's about 424 megabytes for one language pack. So this is Spanish, Spain, and it's half a gig. So you can see why this is important to download the ones that you need. So just wait for that to download. There we go. So now it's installing Spanish Spain language pack. That's now switched on, ready to go. And then what you can also do is do the voice as well. So you can change different voices. You can do the speech rate as well. So it allows you to actually fully understand the person that you're listening to. If you want them to speak faster or slower, this will help you. I just leave that on by default. You can mute your voice as well, so that way the other person will only hear a translation of what you say. This will make it just seem a bit more natural, so that way when you speak, they don't even hear your English that you speak, they just hear a Spanish translation straight away, which I think is so smart, so smart. And then we go further down, you got the voices there. You can mute the other person's voice as well, so that way whatever they say is only going to be in your language. So in my case, it would just be English rather than me trying to hear them actually speak it, and then it gets translated. So we can toggle those on just to make things feel a bit more seamless. And that's it for live call translation. So that's pretty cool. And then we go back to the settings. We see Samsung keyboard. And with this, we've got some options here as well. So like chat translation, style, and grammar. So again, I think this is just on by default. There's no way to flick this on or off. One thing to get used to though with this AI stuff is this symbol here. So you can see how this symbol here, every time you see it, it means you can actually use some sort of Galaxy AI feature. So just look out for those. I don't know if they're going to be adding into various other parts of the phone in the future or anything like that. So every time you see it, I think it's quite cool. That symbol there is pretty cool. So we're going to put this one to the test so you see how this works. So if I go into text messaging, for example, and I've got this message that I already prepared earlier. So it says, yo, what are you saying about dinner later? I'm free and about. So we've got that. I've written that. And then, like I said, that little AI symbol there, we tap that. And then you have options for chat translation, writing style, spelling, and grammar. So these are the things that you can change. So you can do chat translation, which you translate it into whatever language it is, if that's something that you need. We go back into the chat again, go back to Galaxy AI. And then you've got things like chat translation, like I said already, writing style, spelling, and grammar. In this situation, I don't really care about the spelling and the grammar because I'm trying to write in a different tone. So we go to writing style. It does all this little magic there in the background. So now we've got the original, which says, yo, what are you saying about dinner later? I'm free and about. So we've got professional, which now says, hello, I'm available and would like to know what the plans are for dinner later. Thank you. So professional. You got casual, which is basically what I said already. That's the start. Then you got social, which means he puts hashtags in. So you got, yo, what are you saying about dinner later? I'm free and about. Hashtag foodie, hashtag dinner time, a bit of emoji. Here we go. Then we've got the polite version, which might be useful for speaking to the parents. We've got this one saying, hello, I hope you are doing well. I wanted to inquire about our dinner plans later in the evening. I'm currently free and available. If you'd like to make any arrangements, please let me know your thoughts on this matter. I don't even speak like that, but that's incredible. And then you got emojify. So it says, you know what you're saying? Basically what I said earlier, we've added hashtag. So put some little emojis in there. So now I can say, let's do the polite one, insert it. Now it's replaced it. I can then send that message on to my friend and boom, incredible. Next up, we have interpreter. So with this one, we'll be able to live translate basically using text, which is pretty cool. A quick way to activate this sometimes is by just dragging the top menu down, go across, and we see that interpreter there. So we can tap that and that will take us into this situation. So allow all the permissions and stuff like that while using the app, allow, etc. And okay. You can also use voice as well, so not just text in this situation, but the reason why I say that is this is not dependent on connectivity in terms of connection over the phone. So it's not live translate over phone call. This is physically looking at them and doing translation between each other. So one thing that's cool here is you can switch them around as well. So you got like German up top, English up the bottom. So you can just tap this little button here. So that swaps it around. So now the top half is facing them, the bottom half is facing me. So that way I can place this on the table and we can both have conversations in our local languages and translate easily between us. That is incredible. I can see myself using this a lot. So these are useful AI features that I really love about the Galaxy AI feature stuff. So that's pretty cool. Next, onto some built-in app that Samsung has on the phone. So we have Samsung Notes. With Samsung Notes, you can automatically format your text. You can do things like translate. You can do so much more using Samsung Notes Assist. So we're going to try that as well. So if I just leave here and go into my notes. So I've got this text that I already prepared again. So with this one, we look out for that AI feature right at the bottom there. So we'll tap that again. And this will give us options for auto formatting it, summarizing it, correct the spelling, and translate as well. So for example, if we just want to summarize what was said here, we tap summarize, does the bit with the AI very quickly. Now it's giving me 3 bullet points that I can easily just look at. Now I know what's said very quickly. That's incredible. Now I can copy this into a new note. I can send it on to someone else. I can replace it. I can do whatever I want. I can quickly check it to make sure that it makes sense. And boom, voila. That's, again, incredible. I think I'm going to say that a lot in this video. Next, we go back out. We'll try something else with what we call voice recorder. So with this one, it says you can transform recordings into text, transcripts, and summarize so you can review and translate. So we go in there. Again, this doesn't give you the option to toggle it on or off. I think it's just there naturally, which is cool. You've got transcription language, so you can change that. You've got summaries as well, so toggle that on because summaries is very cool. Same way we just done that with that little notes that we made, we can do that with voice as well. So it's able to go through what was said audibly and make it into a text format that you can do whatever you want with. It's amazing. So I'll show you again. So if we go into recorder, voice recorder. So I've got a couple of tests that I prepared already. So I'll go to the first, actually yeah, let's go to the first one here. So the audio is already there, so let me just play this.
After several months of leaks and rumors, Samsung has finally unveiled the Samsung Galaxy S24.
So it's there. But what I don't want to do here, as someone who's recorded a whole voice note from a seminar or whatever, a lecture session, whatever. What I don't want to do is sit and having to listen to all this again. Sometimes I just want to transcribe and make it up very quickly. So I just go transcribe. We select what language you want. So English, German languages. You can add other languages as well. In fact, so let's go add languages. So we get all these options, same as the options that were available earlier for the live call translation. So they're all there. And hopefully in the future, we'll get more options. So we go back into voice recorder. We go transcribe. We want English. So we go transcribe what was said. It does this little magic here, AI, Galaxy AI features. So it takes a bit of time depending on how long the audio is. So if it's a long audio, it might take a bit longer. If it's just a short one like this one, it won't take that long. So here you can break it down into like how many speakers, so different speaker. In this scenario, there's only one speaker, which is me. So that way you got everything that I've said in that audio. So it's so good. I've compared this to my actual scripts because it's one of my scripts that I wrote, and it's bang on. And then on here, as well as the transcripts, I can go to summary, go OK. And this will summarize what was said again into bullet points for me to quickly just take this away in bite-sized format. I can copy and paste this into notes, save it as a PDF, whatever, copy it to email, send it to someone and say, you know what, today's meeting, here is a summary of all the meeting that we've done today. So this just makes you a bit more productive. Look at it. It even puts it into headlines. So we've got some stuff like summary, so it says, unveils the AI features and then introducing Agent 3 script, pushing mobile photography, etc. So you can still edit this as well to make sure that it's actually okay. It gives you keywords as well, so it's easy to find these things later on as well. So again, fantastic. Look at it. You can even translate as well to different languages and so on and so forth. So that's another really cool feature. Next, we have Samsung Internet. And on Samsung Internet, with this one, you can summarize and also translate. So just toggle those things on so it's ready to go. So now if we go into Samsung browser, as far as I'm aware, this doesn't work with Google Chrome or other browsers. So it works with Samsung browser very well. Again, we'll toggle on our little Galaxy AI there. Now it says summarize or translate. So this website, lots of text. I've got no time to read the whole thing, or it's in a different language. I can translate it. But in this case, I just want to summarize it. So I click summarize, does this little thing again within minutes, depending on your data connectivity speed, by the way. So now it's giving me 1, 2, 3, 4 bullet points about what this website is talking about. Mad. It's just incredible. So with this one, I can then translate it. I can copy it, put it into a PDF, notes, whatever I want to do, I can do that and send it on. And it's just there in a bite-sized format now that I can quickly digest that long website in no time. Incredible. Next, we have Photo Editor. So with Photo Editor, this is when we looked at the the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it had this generative AI feature, which means it can fill what's missing in an image. It can guess things and it can help you straighten up images. It can give you tips on how to improve your photo depending on what the photo is. For example, again, I'll try and find a clip of this. I can leave demo on the screen. You can remove shadows on people's faces, for example, after you've taken a photo. So toggle that on. This is pretty cool. Again, if we go into photo, for example, I'll just show you a quick demo on here. So if we go to gallery, and let's say this picture that I took before, what I can then do is scroll up. So when you drag the screen up, well, you have this option here, first of all, that gives you what you can do to this particular photo. So for example here, it says remaster. So here, it remasters the image, makes it better, improves any bits in there that needs improvements. So now you can see the before and after. It's just subtle updates on there, which is pretty cool. So you can see even up close, so you can see what subtle changes it's done. This I probably wouldn't use that much because when it comes to editing photos, I prefer to edit them myself in terms of things like warmth, ISO settings and all that kind of stuff, sharpness. I'd try to do that myself rather than trying to depend on an AI. But what you can do is edit this using AI, Galaxy AI. So for example, I just want to, do some stuff to it. So if I just tap this and then rotate it like that. This is just a quick example just to show you what it does. So if I was to generate it now, so you see those little checkered marks area in the corners, it will fill those area in for me because it's just going to use this AI magic and see what's there, what it looks like, what it knows from the internet, and it's just going to put them all together and deliver an image. Now it's filled it up and it just looks like I took that image, including that. Incredible. So you can do so much more stuff with this, like moving people up and down in an image, removing people, removing objects, doing so much stuff. But the generative fill bit is where it's just amazing to me. I think it's actually really nice to see this actually happening now, so that you, customers at home, when you're buying this, you can actually see what AI is doing beyond just ChatGPT and what's happening in the background. You can actually see them happening in the palms of your hands. In the palm of your hands. Yes, say that right. So that's what you can do, for example, in this scenario. So if I just save that as a copy, now it's saved. Whilst we're in the AI feature, the advanced intelligence settings, one thing to bear in mind as well is if you're worried about your privacy, or you're going to be editing photos that are like under NDA, for example, or you're working on private stuff, you can toggle process data only on device. So that way everything's processed locally and it doesn't go to the cloud. So there's no risk of your information getting anywhere else. So you can just toggle that on and there you go. Or toggle it off. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't end there though. There's a couple more features that I wanted to show you guys. So back to my gallery here. Let's play this video, which is a fireplace. So you can see the fireplace there and the fire's flickering. What you can do to any video. This video is actually shot on an iPhone. I sent it to myself just to make sure, just to show you that it works with any video. So now I can press and hold it and that will go into some sort of slow-mo. Look at that. So it reduces the frame rate. So in this scenario, it's any video. It doesn't matter what it is. You can slow down the video just to give you that extra slow-mo effect. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well done, Samsung. You've done a great thing there. Finally, what I wanted to go through is circle to search. Now, this one is available on here now, but it's also going to be coming later on to your Pixel devices and so on and so forth. But it's pretty cool to use as well. It just means anywhere that you are on the phone, you can always circle the screen for Google search. So almost like Google Lens or search, whatever. It will return things like where you can buy it from, what the location is, any information that you can find on Google search, it will give you that information straight away. So for example, don't fret, there's no home button on here, but you can still press and hold this little bar at the bottom. So it activates the feature here. So now I can circle this hat and hopefully, there we go. Right to the bottom there is giving me options to where I can buy that exact hat from. Pretty cool. It works most of the time. I think 9 out of 10 out of the time it works. Sometimes when it doesn't work is, for example, I tried it on myself to see if it picks me up and finds an image of me on the internet. Nothing came up, but that's fine. This could also be some sort of like tiny like reverse search image stuff. So you can search for images and it'll tell you where they found the image from. Or if someone's posted a location and they're trying to gatekeep that location, photographers, you'll be able to use this to actually circle that location and it will find that location for you. So in fact, let's come out and go to my photos. This would be interesting actually to see if it can locate where this is. Or you can find the car actually. So if I do this for the Audi e-tron RS GT here and I circle the car, now it's found the car for me. In fact, it gives me all the models as well, so I can see all the models available and so much more information and all the reviews online and all that kind of stuff. So this will be very useful. So if someone sent you something you're not sure about what it is or where they got it from and all that kind of stuff, circle to search and you're good to go. So thanks to AI, that will make it very quickly. That will make it very quick, and I like that interface. What they've done with it there is pretty cool. And well done to Samsung. I think they've done a great job when it comes to the AI. But those are the Galaxy AI features that I wanted to go through. There are some more that happens in the background that I won't be able to show, but those are the ones that once you get your devices, give them a try. Toggle them on, give them a try, use them daily and enjoy the devices. So that's everything to do with Samsung Galaxy S24 Galaxy AI features. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Which one's your favorite one? Would you find them useful? Anything else you would like to see them do? Let us know in the comments below. And hopefully this will get better and better because at the end of the day, it's AI. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.